Hi, hi. If you're new here, you haven't missed me at all. If you have been here more often, I've been away for a month. I'm sorry, but we had two losses in the family and in the friend circle, so there was a lot of goodbyes the last few weeks, and yeah, need a cup of comfort for that. No, really do. Yeah. And that's what the blessing is in this bag for this time. And you will see it. I will take it out in a minute. First, I want to tell you a very funny story. Actually, it's a story in a story. It's really funny because, you know, I have been being busy with art since I was 3 years old, I think. Of course, it didn't look like any art, but it was so good to be busy with things and doing things like just drawing in the sand and working with letters and all that, and before I knew how to write. So, but all my life I have been doing that, and I made my profession of it, not knowing what the purpose was. Though it was a calling, I really felt it as a calling. I had to do it. And I had to share, and I knew I had to share beautiful things. That was really the drive, still is. If I make, and I see something beautiful, and I make something of it. I want to preserve something beautiful, something beautiful, and to share it. So to preserve beautiful moments, and give them along. But being an artist, I never knew the purpose of it, until I read a story about a writer, a very good illustrator and writer, and I will tell you this story. And then I understood what the purpose is of my life. It's amazing. And not only my life, of course, because I'm not talking just about myself, of every artist. If you are an artist, please listen to this one if you didn't know it. It's really important. So, the story. It's a story of Leo Lionni. And he wrote a story about a little mouse, which was living in a company of little mice in a hole. And the mice were all very busy gathering food for the winter, because it was going towards winter and they really needed supply to stay alive. Very important. But one of the mice, Frederick, he was not gathering with them. He was just sitting in the sun. And the other mice said, "What are you doing, Frederick, to gather stuff for the winter?" And he said, "I'm gathering colors." They thought, he's funny. Okay, just leave him. And he was sitting there, pretending, not pretending, but pretended that he was doing nothing. And then another day, they were already having quite a lot of food, but Frederick was still sitting there. And they said, "Frederick, what are you doing now?" And he said, "I'm gathering sun rays." And I said, "He's crazy, you can't gather sun rays." But he probably did. Then the winter came, and all mice were snuggled up together in a little hole with Frederick as well. And the winter was long and very cold, and it took quite some time and to get through it. And then all the supplies were gone. They were all eaten. There was nothing left to eat. And they thought, "Gosh, what do we do now? We don't have anything left." And then they remembered Frederick. And he said, "Frederick, what did you gather? What did you tell us in that summer?" And he started telling them stories about all the colors of the summer, of the autumn, and all the warm colors. And they got enchanted about it. And they thought, they didn't think at all. They really felt comforted by the stories. And they said, "Frederick, tell us more," because the time is still not there, that springtime has arrived. And Frederick started telling again about the sun rays, and they felt the warmth on their little bodies. And they felt how wonderful it was in that summer when they were gathering all the stuff. And they forgot that they were hungry for a little moment. At least long enough to stay healthy and get through the winter. And then I knew the importance of making art. And suddenly I knew, oh gosh, it is quite important. I'm doing quite an important job. So I was so happy with Leo Lionni's story. And for you as an artist, take this in. You're very important. And for all of you who are enjoying art, music, theater, whatever it is, which is spread through art, oh, please enjoy it. And keep it so close to you, so you stay on top of everything in this, well, this world where are a lot of things not so colorful and not so bright. But oh, it's so beautiful to share these things and to have that task. It's really, it's an honor. It's such an honor. Gosh. So let's gather beautiful things and share this and preserve it all, and know that that world behind that is existing. We're just giving it through the inspiration. It's coming from a beautiful world which lies behind it and which is always there. Believe in it. So let's get into that bed, because there's someone building downstairs and is making a lot of noise. I'll get the blessing. This is Artistic Bag Blessings again. And let's see what we have in the bag today for you. Which blessing is kept inside of this bag? That is still, of course, the work in progress. I cannot reveal yet, but maybe this will become yours. Yes. And then the blessing, extra blessing for today is water. What do we do with water? So many things that we even do not remember and are conscious of how big the blessing is of water. You see the cup of tea. I couldn't make it without water. You see these beautiful, lovely scenting spring flowers. They couldn't survive a few hours without water. We couldn't survive without water. So we also can work with water in our art. So water is a great and big blessing to provide life and art. So water it is today. And watch until the end so you can see all the work in progress and the progress it made. Okay, the canvases are ready. I'm going to put some water. Oh, I have to get the water. Just a minute. Put the water in the sand. Then add the liquid transparent gesso. Mix it very well, and then I'm just going to start to use the sand as a paint on these canvases. Yes, get the water. all the sands on them. Look, they're very wet, and they are going to rest now on my bed to dry completely. So we put it like this. You don't see the shadows of it. See, and this will develop in the drying process into a beautiful velvety sand surface on which I'm going to paint the youngsters with their animals. So, yeah, young Trevors. Not this fine, but fine enough. See, the Irish youngsters who are exploring life while journeying. Something like this. I would like to conclude this video with this painting. I called it Living Waters. There is a whole story behind it, which I will tell you in another episode. I feel a very special connection to this horse. She is in her 30s now, and the same amount of years ago I had to say goodbye to 2 little horse babies, 2 perfect little foals. In the reflection you see this mare's being as a foal. The water is showing the way our soul is, and her soul is. Eternal, perfect and youthful. The way to this place is love. And so I started with 2 losses in our circle of friends and family. And as water is a blessing, in this it can be so, in a beautiful reflection. Just as beautiful as the reflection my dad and I found in those days on a little bench in the forest. What a comfort. I am wishing you a glorious reflection of your perfect soul, and see you again in the next blessing. Bye bye, and make a good piece of art of your life and your day.